Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of the Bullpen. Kev, we got a huge board. Why don't we get straight to it right now? Go ahead and lead us off.
Yeah, thanks, Raf. Today we're talking about the clean aesthetic of gold BJJ. They're phenomenal streetwear they've got. It's not just training gear, guys. You can get streetwear. Raf, are these all gold BJJ? All of these cards are gold BJJ?
Yep, just read the script like we talked about.
Yeah, you're right. They've got a variety of styles. They have a bag. It's phenomenal competition gear. You can bring it with. You can throw it in the wash. Raf, these are really cool. Are any of these for me? Like that bag?
No. They didn't have any stuff for you. They ran out of your
well, they're really affordable if you need to go out there and get them. You can just get the stuff, goldbjj.com.
These shorts are awesome. I'm going to get this. Wait.
Oh, do they have a second set for me? Is that a thing they have?
They were like, hey, man, we ran out of stuff, and they didn't have it in your size because like fat. You know what I mean? So, like, these are all for like me. Anyway, go visit our friends at goldbjj.com.
10,000 hours is a steep mountain to climb to become a master, especially when the task at hand puts a relentless demand on your body. There is nothing casual about this sport. It's all in, all effort, all focus. It takes a lot from you, but the reward is unmatched. Mastery of oneself, an acute understanding of your weaknesses with an explosive sense of your strengths. Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in Salt Electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
A game with inverted gear, where pandas and performance meet. Whether you train in a gi or prefer no gi, we have something for you. Our gear is built to last and designed to perform no flashy extras, just high-quality craftsmanship and minimal design. Plus, pandas. Don't miss our back-to-school sale going on now. Visit www.invertijar.com and roll with confidence panda style.
What is up, ladies and gents? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, RAF ESPARZA, coming to you for God knows why. I mean, we've been on the air for a long period of time. And yes, we could have called it a day, but you know what those people who would do that are? Weak. Here's why. A lot of shit happened, and you nerds have nothing better to do than to talk about some excellent jiu-jitsu that we all saw over the period of 3 days. 72 hours of jiu-jitsu, nonsense, fun, hijinks, gossip, drama, action, lack of action, then sometimes passivity. Listen, there were a lot of emotions that happened this weekend, but you can't deny the fact that this was a historic weekend for jiu-jitsu. And if you did try to deny it, you probably only like one of them. And, well, I guess I should leave the grading to one of our topics a little bit further down the line, but instead say hello to friends, one near and dear to our hearts, one Tim Freeman. Tim, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. I am mustering up just enough strength to make it through this last final pull. Fortunately, we have some great topics to talk about, and I'm looking forward to getting your guys' take on it and wrapping this up, baby.
Well, do you have some excellent, water to help you get through this?
You know, I do. I have some excellent water that was given to us by the great folks at Gelato Pure Water. I'm not kidding. Like, sometimes when I see water, I'm like, come on, man, we're paying for water. But you crack this thing open, it's refreshing. It tastes great.
Sorry, I need a second. Sometimes, I see water and I'm like, what?
It's like
what,
water.
man?
I can get
what?
water. I can get
What?
water out of a hose. What do I need water in a can for? I grew up drinking water out of a hose. But this is great stuff. And it was clutch, man, because this place was packed with dudes sweating all over the place. And the good folks at Gelato saw that we were thirsty. They knew that we had salt, but the one thing we didn't have was water. So they slid in and gave us some of this gelato water. So thank you very much. Good stuff right here.
Well done. Thank you to our friends over at Salt Electrolytes for coming through. And thank you to today's presenting sponsor, which was Inverted Gear. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you so much for coming through clutch. The panda is the most adorable, like, little logo in all of jiu-jitsu. And speaking of that, I guess we should get to something of our mascot here at the show. One who has been referred to as Handsome Kevin, but he's taken some knocks tonight. Some people have been coming after him. I mean, some people have been saying, is he really that handsome?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do to get me more invested than come after my handsomeness, my handsome title. I seem to remember Tim called me an Office 7 at one point, and I've been plotting his downfall.
God damn it, dude.
Ever since. This is actually the beginning, the middle of a long con to eventually supersede Tim.
This is not the way to get to 8.
Well, I think that settles that. Listen, guys, here's what I want. I want to keep the peace here. Nobody's doing anything dumb. Nobody's fighting anybody here tonight. We have done enough jiu-jitsu analysis. We will get back to our training later. So tonight, we keep everything on the up and up. And except the one thing that's not on the up and up is apparently my camera, as it made me incredibly look like I had a stroke, which I assure you, wow, that didn't assure anybody.
You just misspoke. You're like, I assure you I never did a stroke.
A very accomplished ventriloquist.
That's exactly what happens when you have a stroke.
You shut up. Toast. What?
I was about to say, you smelling toast?
I am 100% toast. Yep, still having it. Man, can a camera ever just blink and be paused on a good look? It's never a complimentary look.
Never.
It is always you making a
Can't
face.
relate. Eyes half open. That's my favorite camera.
No, it's not. It's not great, guys. Anyway, things are going well, but what I should do right now is bring it out to the group, which it has been an incredible weekend, and we're happy that you guys have joined us for all this coverage. So if you have likes, comments, hints, allegations, all that good stuff, talk to us in the. Why are you laughing about that?
Allegations is great.
Allegations. Listen, dude, I'll take an allegation all day. This is a news show as well. You're here for the tea, and I mean, you're here to also now womp womp, calling us all pests if we didn't support him, and perhaps even alluding to the fact at ADCC. I have to ask you both this. Did that strike you? How did that make you feel? Like, what did that insignia mean to you as a sign-off on an incredibly packed weekend full of jiu-jitsu? And I'll start with you, Tim.
So, I grew up in Stockton. Calling someone a cockroach just means they're a survivor and you can't kill them. But I was a little shocked. And right after Gordon won the fight, he got on the mic and he addressed the crowd. He said he had a couple people he wanted to thank. He thanked John Danaher. He thanked Mo. There was a round of applause. I think people were caught up in the moment. And just when you thought like, oh, Gordon's going to keep it classy, Gordon kept it Gordon, and he made a statement basically calling everybody that was at CJI a cockroach. And I'm wondering, like, who's he talking to? Or is he talking to the athletes? Because many of those athletes are his friends and they're people that he knows and trains with. Are they the fans? Because most of the fans that were at CJI were also at ADCC. So it's like, who's this guy? Who's he chatting with? Like, these are all the same people. These are all the same. It's the same crew. It's not like a different audience. I think right now what we're seeing is Gordon is frustrated with Gordon. Gordon's not happy with Gordon. He's decisioned himself into a particular position that's becoming increasingly undefendable, and it not just to the outside world, but I think to him now. And that's probably not that great of a place. So we get the lash out. You guys are cockroaches. Well, I'll stay over here with the bugs.
Good bit. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
He's like just a bitch.
Hey, listen, you ended it with a tag on that when you're like, if I'm a cockroach, then everybody who's cool is a cockroach.
That's a bar.
Kev, what are you thinking here, sir? What did that feel like to you?
Yeah, Gordon Ryan just told us all no cross training. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all been there before. He said, yeah, man, if you guys went across the street to CJI, you're not with us. You're against us. You're a cockroach. He was this close to Criange. This close. He was right there. But I don't think he wants to give the Brazilians credit. Yeah, that's a very, I think that's a bold strategy. It's like, hey, I know they had roughly, we haven't checked the numbers, and I'm not a math guy, you know, like 6 times their viewership. Yeah, Raph, you're a math guy. 6 times their viewership?
We had mentioned at least 9 times the viewership.
9 times their
at
viewership.
least from the pre-show. Or, no, I'm sorry, the first round that they were trying to air. And I think the idea is that ADCC might argue, it's like, well, we only gave away our first round, but they only had about, at max, about 11 to 13,000 people watching that first round, where off the kickoff for Craig Jones Invitational, it was 76,000. So at that instance, it was about 6 times. This particular juncture, toward the end of the day, Craig Jones hitting 1.2 and then that elevating to 1.8 for day 1. 1.2 so far. That was earlier today for the end of day 2. So combined, that hit the 3 million mark that I predicted. So that was just what I predicted to get us here. Who knows if those numbers climb, but I don't know that first rounds will play as heavily as the entire event will play in the future for repeat value. So I think the Craig Jones Invitational did pretty well. Can I just bring up something here? In terms of an end of the event sort of speech or an end of the event sort of moment, it was disappointing because there was no call out. Maybe you didn't want to make one. Maybe Gordon doesn't know what his health's like. You don't have to do that. You could just bask in the idea of like, this is awesome. And the haterade just came off as a little bit like you did bother the king. You did bother him. You got under his skin because the numbers support you now. Gordon could have played it off in a dozen different ways. His best way probably would have been to no sell them, to not mention anything. And instead, by acknowledging them, he might have given away the deck of cards. Like he might have given away his hand in doing so. And I feel like that's a little disappointing for what was supposed to be a great weekend for ADCC, or an ability for them to make a statement that they are the superior organization. But in terms of entertainment value and return on investment, I don't know. I think that's something we'll have to think about for days to come. But in terms of getting the last word and having the ability to leave your mark rhetorically, womp womp. So there is that.
Womp womp.
Anyway, all right, let's move to our second topic right now. And I find this one to be interesting because this was actually pitched to us by one, Tim Freeman. And I'm going to grab some of these here. And do you have some of your Sharpies? So, Gentlemen, I thought as a good exercise, what we could do is we could all assign a letter grade to, a letter grade. And I'll give you one here, and then one here, and then one here. So each organization, we are going to assign a letter grade, meaning from F, for those of us who saw that a few times, unnecessarily, Mrs. Spence, you know what you did, to an A+ grade. So what I would like for you to do, you each have Sharpies. I'll take yours when you're done though, Kevin, not right now. I'm not gonna steal it from you. Actually, no, I have one in my pocket. So let's first start with CJI since they ended first. And we will reveal these. Don't show anybody. So please protect your answer. I know a lot of people don't cheat, Kevin.
Oh, you can't show it.
No, you can't show it. It's like a surprise. You're revealing what it is, even though we are writing in marker on white paper. I was about to say. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start this reveal. And this is for Craig Jones Invitational. I'm going to start here with handsome Kevin Sherrill. What was your letter grade for the Craig Jones Invitational? A-. Okay, can you justify why you gave that an A-, sir?
Yeah, do you want me to justify the minus or the A? Because I'm ready to do both.
Okay.
As far as
Hold on.
Wow.
Who separates them into A or minus? I'll go start
Coffee's
with the
for
minus, then
closers.
get to the A.
Yeah.
All right, sir, go for it.
Yeah, as far as the A, the positive, right? I think this is the most well put together production we've seen in jiu-jitsu. I really think it pushes the envelope for what we can do. I've said it several times on stream throughout this weekend. It's like, there's no going back, man. We've seen the light. We've seen the top of the mountain. We've seen what we can be. We've seen the potential. There is no going back. There were so many little things done right. Apparently everything but the chairs. Those were apparently suspect.
That was what the minus was? You wanted to
No,
separate
not
those
quite.
two? Okay, they didn't necessitate the minus. What's the minus then?
So the minus, right? I feel like the sideshow effect
Took away a little bit.
as wholesome as it was, it did kind of turn what was like a massive, monumental statement about the kind of gravitas that I honestly feel like the pit, everyone in the arena being engaged, all of it happening, all of that was kind of lost a little bit when you end with the Gabby Garcia super fight. I'm happy with how wholesome it was, but I think we have to acknowledge that it kind of felt out of place, at least for me. That could have been a really, really thunderous moment, and instead we kind of got like a little bit of silliness. It may end up being a non-issue, but I do think that as far as prestige goes, it felt incredibly prestigious to me.
It literally hit the end of the first verse of Bohemian Rhapsody. To me. Like, what the fuck, bro? Okay. Let's go to Tim Freeman. Tim, where did you fall, sir?
Well, Kevin is a lot of things, and I generally disagree with him, but today I think he's
Wow.
right. I got to go. You can't even see the
Yeah, I mean, it's there. We see it. It's light.
Gang,
Give
gang.
me your A minus, Kevin. Here we go.
Give me your A minus.
I said A minus.
Well done. All right. Why did you give an A minus, sir?
A minus.
Justify the A or the minus first.
Well, what do you want? I'm ready to do both.
Is that what I sound like?
I mean, he's not far off, bro. As an impressionist,
You
it's there.
don't not sound like that.
All right, Tim, justify it, sir.
So here I'll give you the A reasons first. Gave $2 million away. That's a pretty great thing. I agree, but I disagree with Kevin's take on that. The intergender fight is like obviously a gag, and the fight itself wasn't super, super exciting. But to pull off an intergender fight and not look like a total schmuck or completely come across the wrong way is really difficult to do. And on top of that, I think the bigger thing that we saw Gabby Garcia become the hero and the loved baby face of jiu-jitsu, and that was somebody who didn't get a lot of love. They got a lot of hate, and that's what I think that match was like the visual culmination of our hatred turning to love, and we opened up our arms and we said, we love you, Gabby. And so I think that was great. 3 million views, that's awesome. They gave away a Mazda Miata. Like, it doesn't get better than that. Minus wise, the problem when you have success and you pull something off really cool is there's a lot of people that want to be involved in it, and it turns into a cool kids club and you ain't in it. And that's one of the big gripes about some of the things that we're seeing at the other organizations, and they run the risk of kind of running into that if they're not careful. So I give them a minus for that. I think that they could have been a little more open to the jiu-jitsu world, specifically us, in actually allowing us access to cover the event in a greater way. You see what we were able to do without having any help or access in terms of from that organization. We were still able to pull it off. You got to fix that, man. You seriously have to fix that. And I think if that gets fixed, then you're potentially running with us.
No minus.
No minus, man.
No minus.
I'm not saying plus, but I'm just saying no minus.
Thank you for that, Tim. All right. Well, it's time for my big reveal, and I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about because I gave it an A minus as well. Now, here's the justification. Would you like the A or the minus first? Here are my thoughts.
He didn't even wait for us to answer.
Yeah, dude, it's a rhetorical question.
Kevin, there's this thing called a rhetorical question.
You are
and there's this thing
very
called
particular about your grading scale and system and the way we explain
All
it. It's
questions are
you want the
rhetorical.
A, you want the minus. Hey, I'm handsome Kevin. You get what you get over here, okay? I want to point this out. 3 million viewers. Never been done before. For all of its faults, and there are some, even if you were to look at the lag that we had for the 80-plus divisions with those long rounds, I understand. It may not appeal to everybody, but I like the innovation. I like that they brought the pit. I like that they brought a different format. And I like that they tried out a rule system because now we have something that we can discuss and see if it has merit. We got, 24 at-bats or something to that effect, 20 at-bats, somewhere in there, of attempts of trying to figure out, do we like this? Do we want to see it more? And I think the question is, I need more evidence. ADCC, tired and true. At the very least, the matches do go fairly quickly, so you do have a little bit of what's happening here, and we'll get to their grade in a second. But I cannot deny the fact that it was good for the sport to make that work. So I will give them an A-. And yes, the intergender thing, you can't get past that, but it did serve on a plate a much better platform for your winners. Arguably better than it did the ending of ADCC, which kind of went out with a dominant match, which is no fault really of Gordon Ryan's. It just didn't feel as epic. It didn't feel as conclusive. When you made $2 million winners that night, you don't have to add story. You don't have to add narrative. We all know what it means here subtextually to make those people actually have money in the sport. So I have to push my feelings aside in terms of any small little faults I could find, and we'll discuss what they are. Just in the future, I would like to see them credential folks. And I'm not just saying us, because, you can always come after us and say like, oh, we're greedy. We want this. We want so many things. Legitimately credentials or the ability to partner together. And we're open to those discussions. And I would have loved to have done this type of a show for them because,
would have been rad. That's why.
It would have been rad, but I think we could have added to the festivities. And if this is what we're doing on a shoestring budget, imagine what we can do with $2. Just saying.
That's twice as much.
Twice as much.
Extra
That's double the budget. Having said that, gentlemen, I think it is time for us to now reveal our final grades for the ADCC 2024. No cheating. Nobody looks at each other's scores, but be honest and make sure that as you reveal this, that you are giving it your all. Actually, on this one, I'm going to start with Kevin. Kevin, what is your grade here?
I gave the grossest C on the planet.
What is that?
I didn't have a clipboard.
You gave
I
it
didn't
a
have anything.
half
I was
moon?
hiding
And why
it.
is your A behind it?
They
Take
got
the
like
A
a
away
couple
from
of
it.
C's. I didn't want to waste two
burn it with
things
fire.
of paper,
No,
man.
put this behind.
There's no
You're not
need.
wasting
We don't
it.
have the
Just don't
budget
use
for
this.
paper.
Of
trying to
course
make
we
the
don't have
Harry
budget for
Potter
paper.
logo.
Do this. I thought there was an anarchy sign, and I was like, not here. Get out of
No.
here, young man. No
The grade I
anarchy
gave
on
was
my set.
anarchy.
Listen,
I don't like school.
show it again. So just be mocked for the reasons you need to be mocked. What is
Which way
this?
do I hold it? Which way is the
Well,
C?
I don't know. Is that supposed? If that's supposed to be a C, and the A is still behind it, take
What
the
do you-
A behind it.
No. Same piece of paper.
Oh, you did it on the same piece of paper,
Yeah.
legitimately.
Yeah.
Wow. God. Okay. Fine.
You're welcome.
No, not your
This is
welcome.
for
This
next
is-
year.
You know what? You ruined the other paper behind it because there was a
That's
marker.
2025.
This is in the budget. Think of the savings.
Kevin,
You're welcome.
I know we're broke, but we're not that broke.
I flew Spirit here.
Listen,
You know what? He did. I'm
now
so
all of a
sorry.
sudden we're money back.
It's-
Got it.
when you become
Got
an
it.
executive here, you
When
actually
you're
get a better
president.
fight.
Just so stupid. All
Tim
right.
said, not me. Southwest.
Explain your dub grade, sir. Look at the camera. Thank you.
Man, I was so close to giving this a B. Simply because the athletes put on a show, and man, it was great. It was phenomenal. When you're watching jiu-jitsu, when you're a fan of jiu-jitsu, when you're passionate about it, it's really hard to dislike what you're watching, man. I really enjoyed it. Even people have criticisms of the rule set. They think people game it. They think it can get boring, and it can. That's sure, but that's part of the game. You're not gonna, every MMA fight isn't gonna be great. Every football game isn't gonna be great. You have to take it all as a picture, and the athletes did their part. It was great. This was fantastic. ADCC is what it has always been, but it is balanced out and overshadowed, frankly, by all of the bitterness and pettiness and politics and infighting and bickering that went on. I think I could have looked past it if Gordon Ryan hadn't brought it to the forefront right at the end. That punctuation mark of cockroaches and fuck all those other guys. If he had just said, I want to credit Danaher for this monumental thing I've done, these records I've broken. Let's talk about the greatest coach of all time, and I hope you all have a great night. That's a B. That's easy B. But he didn't. He drug us down into the dirt with him when I was ready to love this thing, man. I'm not comparing and contrasting CJI while I'm watching it. I'm enjoying the grappling. And then we get that. And it's a reminder of how much we need to grow as a community and move past that type of bullshit. As somebody who loves the pettiness, loves the tea, finds it hilarious, finds it entertaining, I don't like seeing it on that stage, man. I want the athletes that are above all of the I want the greatest athletes to be above all the pettiness. Even if they feel it, they're still human. I want us as a community to go, man, this ain't the time for that. To have your moment, enjoy your moment, be better than that, and don't make the fans have to sit through your issues, your personal problems with the guys across the street.
I do like this. I do like the fact that you're like, listen, I don't like pettiness for others, but for me, for me, it's okay. For you guys, bad look. And I will point this out because we keep saying cockroaches. The only time I've ever really accepted that as a colloquialism of some sort is when it's in a bad Cuban, Puerto Rican accent from one Al Pacino saying the word cockroaches. Like, that's a different thing. Like, then I have respect for it. This, when he's just like, you guys are a bunch of cockroaches. I go, boring, next. All right, here we go. Tim, it is time for you to reveal your grade, sir.
Well, it's I think we're on the same wavelength here. I gave ADCC another C.
Wow.
And that C is because
I'm glad you added the roach, because you putting that up there might have killed the stream.
you can call me a cock, but you can't call me a cockroach. That's where I draw the line. Listen, they had some great things.
Oh, I missed my opportunity. I know what I would have put.
Mika Galval looked great. Diojo looked great. There was some really good positive things about it, but then there were some not. There was the house music brought it down for me, man. Like no bueno. And then having a two-time having two historic super fights, in the sense that we haven't had two, and one was just added and it just seemed extra, just so they could add it and say he had the most gold medals of all time. To have the winner of those fights seem disappointed at the end of both of those fights is just like not a great look. It's a frustrated experience. Fans walked away from CJI feeling like they just ate a big, juicy, fat cheeseburger and they were hungry. They go to ADCC and they were handed a rice cake and told to be well, carry on, everything's great. And then on the way out, don't come back, you cockroach. So C- for me, man. C. Well, I'll give him a C. No minus.
Okay. Well, there was no minus there. We have one person who might be very particular about that. Okay, guys. I thought about it. I gave a grade first, and then I think I thought better of it. So I started by giving them a C, and I wasn't sure. Is that how you spell cockroaches? Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry. I spelled that wrong, I think. Okay, no, that's not the actual grade I gave. I gave the event a B-. Okay? Here's why. Productions are hard. Completing a production should be noted. It should be good. What I really want you guys to take away from this is what saved ADCC, as per usual, is the athletes. It is still something that garners attention. even if we struggle with a lot of particulars, it does seem like they take the fans for granted at ADCC, and that shit has to stop. Because at this point, they are mostly trying to argue they were the prestige event. They had their back against the wall, and that could have been the statement, which was, thank all of you for making this great. You guys could have said you sold out the T-Mobile Arena. You didn't, but you got the T-Mobile Arena, which is cool, just kind of unnecessary. And there's smaller production issues. The LED screen we mentioned on the show looked good. I like that. Lasers, unnecessary. Michael Buffer, super unnecessary and expensive. But if you continue blocking people for just telling you, can we check the checkbook? It's a little, it's hard to get behind that because we really want to root for you. Like we're out there for the athletes, but it got upgraded to a B- because I actually think something happened in reverse tonight. I think that they could have had a very good moment in saying they showcased some excellent women grapplers. And I think they made a case for, yeah, women should probably have a slot at the Craig Jones Invitational. But that's now by default. Like ADCC did the homework and the justification for, yeah, those women would have been a really good addition. And I'd like to see some feisty women in there. I know some cholas who would go to the alley and beat the shit out of you, let alone this alley. So it begs the question, what happens when we do this again? And I know I was talking about this a little bit earlier, which is we may never see this weekend again. We're talking about next year when they're basically unopposed. What happens in 2026? Do they do this again? I don't think ADCC is. And who blinks? Who announces first? I don't get the sense that Craig would announce first unless it is a massive success. And if they lead that dance, then ADCC is definitely scared of them and now will admit it. So it'll be interesting to see who announces where they're going first. And if it does work that they go first in terms of ADCC and announcing their dates, that may be a high risk for a certain Aussie who has a certain proclivity for hijinks. So maybe we see it again. I'm not certain it is out of the entire instance that they become a pest. But yesterday I said, what is Craig Jones going to look like without ADCC? I think that tomorrow ADCC needs to figure out what they look like as a result of it. So those two organizations have some, I wouldn't even say soul searching, but some message searching to do in the next few days. And now granted, I said that a little bit differently, but Sam Walker kind of put it as Craig made ADCC his bitch, which, you know, hey, listen, I wouldn't go necessarily that way, but you do you, boo. So
can we say that ADCC Day 2 felt like CJI 2025 auditions?
People did say that, and I think we all said that here. I don't know what to make of it yet. Like I'm still processing it, but after a day of very intense, big up feel at Craig Jones Invitational, it did point out the weakness of throwing so much at you and a streaming service that does not help you understand and process it as a huge weakness. And so maybe 2 days ago, we're like, man, I can't believe we're watching one match that's 3 5-minute rounds to like, hold on. Did PJ Barch go? Wait. And no matter how many TVs you set up or how many apps you set up,
you can never get the right match.
The
match you want
matches.
is always on the one that's not on.
You literally might as well take LSD and just think that
Imagine
you
it.
saw all the matches.
Dude, I missed so many matches I wanted to see.
That's our next fight companion. We just take LSD
Okay.
and we just comment the matches. We
I
turn
gotta
the
tell you,
cameras
the
on.
directing on the show is gonna get real rough if I'm doing both again. It's gonna get
No, Isaac's
real
going to be in
tired.
charge of that one.
Dude, Isaac's gonna.
Well, you know what? Isaac's the host on that one.
For
Actually,
sure.
Isaac will be
He's
100%
gonna
normal.
trip sit and exactly.
Listen, folks, I think we
He's gonna
just
be
jump
better.
ahead to a topic. We'll actually return to one last topic, but I was told that this one has to go up next, and I don't know why. But this one is, what is it? Wait, why is that there? It says unnecessary super fight. Okay. Well, is it the fact that this weekend we had Craig Jones versus Gabby Garcia, which some might argue, is that real? Is that legit? And then you even look at the fact that this weekend you had Gordon Ryan giving himself another ADCC championship because he wanted to avenge a loss to Felipe Pena. Yeah, I guess those are reasons, but I guess what I can tell you is we here would never do something like that. So we don't believe in just doing things for the sake of doing them. There is no such thing as an unnecessary super fight here at the Bullpen, and that's a promise. So, wait.
What are you doing, dude? We doing jackets?
So wait, were you not wearing pants the whole time?
Jesus.
Can you hold on. Do we wait, why do we have a cameraman ready with something?
This is super necessary.
I don't think it's super necessary. In fact, that sounds like a very
heated.
So wait, what are you doing, dude?
I don't know, dude.
I would like to have
Thunder Down Under's not in this area, dude.
I need to know here what exactly is happening. So if someone can just tell me what it is, I would be very pleased. Okay, so I guess he's just walking out there.
He's got one trap. Ben's got this is Joseph Ben here. I got the 2 because I'm number 2.
He got the 2 because he's number 2. So wait, why is this match happening, gentlemen?
You got my coffee order wrong.
He got your coffee order wrong.
Okay. 2 sugars.
Okay. Well, I'm very nervous for both of these gentlemen. Tim, if you wouldn't mind commentating this with me, I guess this is great.
Sherrill immediately pulls guard. He's a butt scooter.
Okay.
We can see Ben is trying to defeat that. Kevin thought about a little Sumigashi, changed his mind. He's already playing the leg game, and young Ben is on his back now. Kevin is going to pull him into a backside entanglement. And Kevin's already going for the big boy moves. And he's going to take young Ben's back. And Ben is in trouble, folks. His 5 months of white belt experience may not be enough to deal with Kevin's black belt.
It may beg the question.
Kevin about to get the truck flipped on him.
Flip
that truck.
Do you need to go more to Starbucks and produce better results so that you don't get put in super fights?
Yeah. You know what? If you don't want a super fight, get the freaking order right, dude.
I guess I'm still entertained by the fact that we decided, we didn't have enough jiu-jitsu tonight or this weekend. I do like the fact that someone decided that they were going to defend his home turf. Uh-oh. I do like this. The child realizing now maybe that wasn't a good idea. But production assistant Ben did pass guard here. He's looking for a head and arm choke, but instead may find himself getting swept here. Oh, there it is. Oh, Kevin going a little too early for that triangle. Now, to point out, Ben did say he was going to, oh God, no, wait, he didn't sign a waiver. Don't do that. Ben did say he was going to wrestle Kevin, and now maybe Kevin's regretting it. What is happening here? Oh no. Oh no.
Elbows out wide, Ben. Get your right elbow back wide. There you
go. There you go. That's right. That's right. You're a pretty princess. You're trying to escape by putting your hands in the air. Good job.
Keep it out.
Oh, it's getting dicey. Oh, well done, Ben. You survived longer than the over-under had you. Was that a minute? I don't know. Wait, hold on. We do have a certain ruling here. There was a stalling call on Kevin.
Oh,
unfortunately, that result may be null and void. We'll have to leave it to the judges. So, you know what? Let me point this out to the children. They don't know this, but the camera stream for them died right in that moment, and with good reason. So, anyway, how about we bring Kevin back, because my man, hey, you know what?
Good
Fair
job,
play
Kevin.
to everybody. Good job.
Do you feel better now that you
just beat up a white belt?
Yeah.
Yes.
You do. Okay, great. Tap's a tap. Well, hey, guys, real quick.
We got to get we should get a production photo.
We will. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to some commercials real quick. But before we go, that is a wrap on Isaac Stackhouse, everybody. Nice little round of applause to our segment director, Isaac Stackhouse. Thank you so much. And he has been out there in the field. We're going to take a photo real quick. So while we do that photo, you guys are going to watch some commercials. And again, we will be back here in just 2 short minutes. Allow us to have some nice time as a little group here. We appreciate you guys, and we will be right back. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of the Bullpen. Kev, we got a huge board. Why don't we get straight to it right now? Go ahead and lead us off.
Yeah, thanks, Raf. Today we're talking about the clean aesthetic of gold BJJ. They're phenomenal streetwear they've got. It's not just training gear, guys. You can get streetwear. Raf, are these all gold BJJ? All of these cards are gold BJJ?
Yep, just read the script like we talked about.
Yeah, you're right. They've got a variety of styles. They have a bag. It's phenomenal competition gear. You can bring it with you. You can throw it in the wash. Raf, these are really cool. Are any of these for me? Like that bag?
No. They didn't have any stuff for you. They ran out of your
Well, they're
sizes.
really affordable if you need to go out there and get them. You can just get the stuff, goldbjj.com.
These shorts are awesome. I'm going to get this. Wait. Oh, this
Do they have a second set for me? Is that a thing they have?
They were like, hey, man, we ran out of stuff, and they didn't have it in your size because like fat. You know what I mean? So, like, these are all for like me. Anyway, go visit our friends at goldbjj.com.
10,000 hours is a steep mountain to climb to become a master, especially when the task at hand puts a relentless demand on your body. There is nothing casual about this sport. It's all in, all effort, all focus. It takes a lot from you, but the reward is unmatched. Mastery of oneself, an acute understanding of your weaknesses with an explosive sense of your strengths. Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in salt electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
Elevate your BJJ game with inverted gear, where pandas and performance meet. Whether you train in a gi or prefer no gi, we have something for you. Our gear is built to last and designed to perform no flashy extras, just high-quality craftsmanship and minimal design. Plus, pandas. Don't miss our back-to-school sale going on now. Visit www.invertijar.com and roll with confidence panda style.
All right. That's a visual of our fallen soldier and the many cables that are there. So let's go straight to this.
All right.
Let me give some notes here. The first was, hey all, this was from Jake. Thank you so much, Jake, for tuning in. We appreciate you, buddy. Good work. We'll chat later, I'm sure. And it says, yo, Jake in the chat. Thank you so much, Raf, for doing this all weekend. I mean, listen, dude, we've been doing it. We've been doing our thing, and if you love what you do, you'll probably work a day every single day of your life. Because legitimately, I don't know that my brain has slept, but my body has given up a few times during the day.
Deep thoughts.
There is that. Bro, yo, seriously, trademark that shit. And I see another one that says a C+ for me, which, you know what? I mean, let's revisit these grades in a few days. Maybe we'll put up a post and ask people to grade both of them, and we'll put them on the next show that we do. So there is that. Ladies and gents, we're getting our way. Let's go to our last topic that we wanted to have up here. Nope. Unnecessary supervisor. So hold on. You were chomping at the bit the whole week, Kev. Why did you need that?
Man, you can't watch. A second.
Hold on. Some small feedback here, so my apologies. Kev, do you mind bringing up your microphone again? Let me see if something comes in. Go for it.
Testing it?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, test. Cool. Yeah, I mean, watching a lot of my friends compete at ADCC, me and Nathan Haddad were talking about it earlier. You watch how these guys compete, CJI, ADCC, you start pacing in your living room. I don't have a living room. We're here at the gym.
You don't, and even at the Airbnb, we really don't have much of a living room.
Let me get this right.
Yep.
When you feel like going out and hunting, you're like, I could go get some big game, or I could go down to the local pet store and just hunt there.
Just kill a hamster.
Which is pretty much what you did.
Hold on. Before he leaves, before you cut to this bit, that's a wrap on Ben White, everybody. Well done. Ben,
Nice to meet you, man.
Next time you're in LA, come see me.
Oh, never mind.
You know what
man.
was weird? I wasn't sure if that was a bit because you have a voice that makes it sound like you're Ron Burgundying. So you're just like, I got a mom. She lives in Culver City. So come see anytime you want. And he's a welcome part of our crew. Thank you for being an excellent addition to our staff. We love and appreciate you, sir.
Peace, bro.
You're not
Yeah,
even
man.
not
It's a
president
blast.
yet.
Yeah, what a dude. How did we fall into that one? Like what, a stellar human being
It's awesome.
just randomly brought into our crew tonight, and an all-around good kid, good heart,
jump
and
him in.
what's that?
Did we just jump him in?
Well, okay, we should also talk about this. This was out of my hands, and I run this shit. So when you were like, "We're having a super fight," I go, "Oh fuck, I better figure out how to shoot it."
I was legit a little concerned. Like I did kind of tell Ben, like in all seriousness, it's okay to tap. Like, dude, Kevin told me some things that he's done and kind of how he approaches tapping, and I'm like, you need to tap, dude.
I would like to say that he had one of his elder statesmen here from 10P who was warming him up and
he
getting
had
him
V in his
ready.
corner.
V was in his corner. But you know what, though? V very quickly was like, I'm out. I'm out,
As
bro.
soon as he heard news of a fight, it's like he caught whiff of it, man. He appeared from that hallway. He was just standing there.
But you know what?
He did, man. He's a sick dude.
I think that he gave the right approach we should all have, which is, hey, man, I'm not going to stay for your actual matches, but I'll warm you up. I got to get out.
Whatever happens after that is on you.
It's on you,
Can't
brother.
Stay all day, dog. You know these tournaments run.
Yeah.
they
So
get crazy.
what I would say is this. Okay, great. We learned a lot. We did a lot. But the last topic, and Kevin, any words? Do you have any words of advice for Ben?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, just like we always talk about, you hear about, the belts don't actually matter, which is why I exclusively bully white belts, because they count the same as black belts, right? Belts
Dude,
don't
a win's
matter.
a win,
it's just
bro.
a strip of cloth, man. So it's important to get your reps in. It's important to get your dubs. And if anybody asks, I'm 400 0 in the gym.
Equal opportunity asking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude,
I
I was-
respect them just as much as I respect anyone else.
The thing is, for Ben, is like, jiu-jitsu's for everyone to try, not
Sure.
necessarily for everyone to keep doing.
I mean,
That's wild.
This poor
Because
child.
you should reconsider your hobbies and passions.
oh my God, hold on. Why is this happening on my screen? Technically, a C is average. So a C plus is a little above average. That is true, but not truly above average, which is a B.
Which is why they
Technically
got a C out
correct.
of me.
The best kind of correct.
Listen, C's get degrees. Don't get me
C's do
wrong.
get
Like,
degrees.
you know, they
That's-
pay
that's
the
fair.
bills. Believe me, I know. I went to state school.
So the only reason why this is so hilarious is that the person making the comments is not some unnamed person. It's literally the person to the left of me as part of, I mean, this is just,
he's a great instigator.
He
He
is
is
a great
a quiet instigator, dude. He just shows that whatever you need me to do, I'm just here to do stuff. And then on the side, he's like, and I'm going to fucking let you have it.
the best part is I'm like, I think what people have to understand is when they leave shitty comments and we have fun back and forth, it's a fun exchange.
Dude, I
when
love
they're
it.
just shitty and it's like they get shit back at them, they're like, wow, you're mean. I'm like, no, I'm not. Literally, if you want to play, you have to have a good sense of humor.
Yeah,
You can't
absolutely.
be all like, ooh, you hurt me. Get the fuck out of here, dude. So that is why we tend to have fun. So nobody roasts you better than your friends. And we like to assume that you guys are our friends. So, hey, if you're poor, you can still be a good pal and a good friend. Many of you understand that. Nathaniel Grimes says CJI was way better than ADCC.
I mean, yeah, A- versus a C. Weren't you here earlier?
I mean, listen, dude.
I mean, everybody knows it was way better.
Mm.
We took an informal, unscientific poll in here earlier today when
they're
when
so angry.
And
though.
somehow managed to get the objective truth.
Raph addressed the crowd, and all he didn't lead the crowd on. He just said, "Hey, I know a lot of you are out here for the weekend. How many of y'all are here for ADCC?" Crickets, man.
Yeah. In fact, slight boos.
Nobody wanted to be even caught on
No.
camera.
And the thing is,
I was just
we didn't have
amazed.
we didn't have a
there was a
camera
bug.
out there.
Yeah, I think I got him.
And I thought I was like, do I need to say it again? Oh no, that's just their response. Copy, understood. So I had a moment where I was like, damn, dude, that's rough. And then I yelled
CJJ
out,
was
hey,
thunderous applause.
CJI. And, I'm at a 10th Planet. And Andy Varela was one of the competitors there. But not everybody here was a 10th Planet participant at the open mat. A lot of people were visiting. And part of the reason they were here at open mat when there was an ADCC going on is because they had already made their choice. So it's not scientific, but it was me gauging the crowd, doing some crowd work, if you would, just to kind of put that on out there. Gentlemen, the last main topic, and then after we do that, let's do some reveals on these, and we'll put the photos up in the next day, but we'll go ahead and talk about who won the raffles and whatnot. But last main topic that we had to speed up so we could send people out, by the way. So that reveal was a little bit sooner than I thought it was going to be, but topic is young blood. All right, you guys saw it. There was a great moment. Egghead actually called it very nicely when he mentioned the fact that there was a passing of the torch in the Wagner and I believe it was the Mika Galvao match. When that happened, they embraced, and it was a good moment, but you saw the old guard and the new guard. So I would like to ask our crew here, who has emerged as that class of the young blood or the next generation of superstars that will hopefully lead us as a sport and continued popularity? I'll start with you, Kevin, since you just beat up one of those young children for your own entertainment.
Just a baby.
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but I'm doing my absolute damnedest to bully them while I can. Some of them are already beyond that point, man. I've been beat up by a teenager in my pro career, and I don't love it super much. Yeah, I mean, our newest millionaire, Cade Ruotolo. The Ruotolo brothers are going to lead it. Andrew Tackett emerged as like a wild favorite. Didn't get the money, but he made a billion fans. That just everybody loved him, man. Wildly exciting. If jiu-jitsu turns into that, to the Cade Ruotolo and Andrew Tackett matchup, like, we're in great hands. We're in great hands. I won't be a part of it. I don't have the cardio for that, but it'll be cool to age into being a spectator with those guys leading the charge.
Thank you for that, Tim.
I think you hit it on the head. It's Mika for sure, really steps out. What an outstanding year for him. This is a guy that won the Grand Slam, which is super hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to win. It's hard to win those 4 tournaments, and it's even harder to come to ADCC and pull off what he pulled off. So great job there. Tackett, Ruotolo, easy money, totally makes sense. But there's one young blood that has not been mentioned, and this is someone who did not compete in either of the main events this weekend, but he did compete. He's the youngest of young bloods. We actually had an interview with him, and he staked his claim that he's ready for CJI, and that's Jet Thompson. He is the young blood to watch out for. He won the youth ADCC tournament this weekend, and it wasn't even fair because, like Kevin said, this is a dude that can whoop an adult. We saw him take Andy Varela to the finals at PGF. Like, this is a real solid stud. Watch out for Jet Thompson.
Great point. I would just add, of course, let's give praise. Ruotolos, Tackett's, Mika. Baby Shark's still in that conversation too. We saw him get submitted, which was unusual, but he had a great run in his division, and he's always fun and exciting to watch. I would also go on the other side. I want to go and commandly give some praise on this one, which is, yes, Dorsey and Levi Jones-Leary, 2 excellent talents. I just always think to myself, when you watch these events and you are very astounded by the talent of these younger kids, you know that there's going to be great super fights for years to come. But, of course, that always comes with the passing of the guard. So if this is the last time we see a Lovato, a Cyborg, a Wagner, I think that you have to appreciate the contributions that they did, because those are the guys who went underappreciated for so long. And now the hard part for them is jiu-jitsu or competition in this form is a drug, and you want to have that drug forever. And when you start getting aged out, when it starts getting even more popular, and maybe you went to go fight or do other things, the least you can do is give them their due praise. So to that generation that has really gone out of their way to put that foundation down, thank you very much. It is incredible. Your efforts are not lost upon a lot of us OGs, and we'll do our best to tell people about how you laid those bricks. So thank you very much to those individuals. We appreciate that. Let's go and now start talking a little bit about the raffle. Now, Kev, here's what we need to do. We each need to just hand a piece of cardboard, just give a speed round version of it's very weird. I feel like it's a very different show that you're now wearing a suit jacket and some dumb short shorts. So
yeah, this show looks a lot more like my OnlyFans.
No, don't. Nobody goes on OnlyFans.
Kevin, I have a subscription to your OnlyFans. You don't do anything on there. You're just a tease.
You don't speak for the entire table, man.
You don't chat with me. I send you messages.
Oh, I like that Tim's like, you gotta slut it up, kid. Yeah. I paid good money for that.
Listen, man, you're an aging athlete. It's time you start thinking about your career after jiu-jitsu. You've seen all these young bloods. I saw what that bin did you.
All right, so we did this one yesterday. We did mention this. It's worth mentioning here on the show. Yes, our winner was in the 80-plus CJI category. We had Doreen McCain, who is Mama Chambers. So shout out Mama Chambers. You did a great job. You beat a whole bunch of people who were probably not deserving, but you are deserving. So shout out you. Let's go that way. Look at this. And she beat out some good people here. I mean, look at this. Doreen beat Roy Cohen, one of my students, Jess Ring, Michael Wong, Noah Chen, one of our correspondents. He beat Edson Perez, Zach Friedman. So shout out to Mama Chambers. We will be in touch with you about your big win. So congratulations. I'm going to hand it over to Tim to tell us how his went and give us some updates on some notables in those division who had the Pokemon and the Pokemasters, if you would.
This is the under 80 kilogram CJI division. This was one. Congratulations to Jason Hawkins. Cade Rotolo carried you on his cape. You just kind of grabbed on and he pulled you through to the win. He got $1 million. You are going to get, what is he going to get? What do they get?
They are going to get a prize package from Future Kimonos. So Future Kimonos presents, by the way.
Valued at
$150.
$150, which is a percentage of $1 million. So good job. You got a cut.
That is technically correct.
Jason took out some formidable pose. Jared Deli in the first round, which is a real tough match. He went real hard, and you didn't. I thought that was going to burn him out for Jason Matlock.
Fair.
Jason Matlock is a notorious cheater.
Jason was the guy who gave a C out, by the way.
Yeah, but you got to watch out for Matlock's moves. But Hawkins was able to defend him excellently. He took on Frank something or other in the semifinals. Look, man, Frank. I don't know who this guy is. Actually, I can't read it. Fanley. Is that who wrote this?
I wrote that one. Frankie Orlean.
Is that Fanley?
He's a jiu-jitsu guy who does jiu-jitsu.
I'm assuming everyone on here is a jiu-jitsu
he's
person.
A jiu-jitsu guy, bro.
Well, he wasn't good enough to get past Jason Hawkins. His guard was trash today. He got passed all over the place. And then Hawkins put a beat down on John Stanton to walk away with the under 80 kilogram Bullpen Future Kimonos prize bracket.
Thank you. I was like,
I was trying to figure out how I was going to wrap that up right there. I'm like, what is this?
He won a Bullpen. Period. Kevin, take us to the next one.
So we've got the plus 99, the big boys division. We had a phenomenal performance here by Dawson Woolley. And despite taking out his teammate, Chris Herrera, and demoting him to the junior team, it wasn't enough. He sold out his teammate, demoted him to the junior team, and then in turn got demoted himself.
Wow.
By Gordon Ryan's arch rival, Jor-El Shepard. So congrats to Jor-El Shepard. Sorry about your super fight.
Yep, that did suck a little bit. But, hey, here's the good news. We're going to come back to me for this one. This was the 99 kg ADCC category. Now, there were some notable people. San Jones, Jean Baby, G Baby. You had Brady Wang, a really good MMA fighter, by the way. Taylor Crawford Colsa, Sam Jones, he thought he was going to get, but he didn't do it. Instead, oh, man, this one hurt. Milton Arguello, who doesn't even know what jiu-jitsu is. Eek. Yikes. Oh, man, this one hurt. KEVIN Sherrill actually had Paul Ordea. That was
so
not
bad.
done at all on purpose. Like, legitimately, the randomizer gave him Paul Ardea. Unfortunately, it didn't give him a future kimonos gift certificate, but he rode and or died with his boy, Paul Ardea. So, Kevin
I
Sherrill.
didn't get a future kimonos kit. I'm the real loser here.
That's fair. Max Jacobs didn't win either, but you know who did? One, Alex Harrington. Why don't we go back to Tim? Tim, who do we got next?
We got the 88 kilogram division, and this was won by the one and only Addison Saunders. Congratulations, Addison, on your win. You put the beat down on somebody for J-Rod, on Juan Chavez. Juan's pretty good, but he kind of got lucky in his earlier rounds, and he got a bye, and he had an injury, so he kind of scooted into the finals.
Fair.
But Addison did a great job. She took out Luis Lavaretta in the semifinals, and in the quarterfinals, she beat a game Curtis Havens. That actually was the first intergender match on this bracket. And Addison walked away the victor. Once hated, now loved by the jiu-jitsu world. Future Kimonos also loves you. Congratulations, Addison.
Kevin.
Yeah, over here we had Robert Dugan coming in as the 1 seed and really delivering on a triumphant run through the bracket. Starting off, taking out Morris Sachs-Smith. Fantastic work, really dominant, showcasing your future in jiu-jitsu. As you move forward and you go ahead and take out Zonomir Fortuna. I'm totally butchering your
Sorry,
name.
did you just Bumblebee Tuna that?
Yeah, Bumblebee Tuna.
Thank you. Go on.
Yeah. Sick reference, bro. Moving on to the semifinals versus Daniel Lee. Congrats on your phenomenal nickname, by the way. We've been discussing it all weekend. Best nickname in fighting, Butter Panther, Daniel Lee. And then, unfortunately, meeting in the finals, friend of the show, Wallow J. Thank you for the donuts, by the way. Throw that in. You are a gem of a human. Yeah, who went ahead and beat Carla Estrada in the semis, only to clash up against Robert Dugan on a dominant run, taking over Wallow's position as a legend in the sport. And we got to see the passing of the torch over to Robert Dugan. Congrats on your future kimonos kit.
Thank you very much for that. All right, I'll take it from here for the 66 guys. Okay, Francisco Abreu, he walked real tall thinking Ash Williams was going to do it for him. He didn't. Ethan Krellinston thought that he had a great Pokemaster in David Wu. Nah, it got weird. Elliot Metzger, you thought you were going to do well. Brendan Lynch didn't really look good with you, even though you got Dorian Alvarez. But I got to say on here, there's some good people. Even our intern, our production assistant, Ben, was in there. But when Josh Sinceros ended, so did his dreams. But you know whose dream didn't end? Oh, shit. Our director, Rob. Yeah, he went out real quick, too. But, he can hold his head up high because he went out to the eventual bracket winner, which is longtime homie and the captain of Strength and Mobility, a gym out in Reseda, one Sven Manso. So, Sven, man, congratulations to you. You are the winner of a future kimonos prize package. Congrats, sir. Back to Tim. Got credentials. Oh, no, that's, oh God, Jesus, thank you. Yep, no, we're good. 80, no, we're still, we don't have those anymore.
26, 86.
Oh, wow. People are already selling their ADCC tickets.
Oh, here it is. This is the 65 kilogram plus division. This was won by Miranda Yost. Congratulations, Miranda. You got a great gift coming from Future Kimonos. Miranda fought hard. Actually, not that hard. She had a bye in the first round, or maybe not. I can't tell. She took out Kelly McCarthy in the semis and beat Travis Hinn in the finals. You can never trust anyone with a poultry name, so she walked away with the victory. Miranda Yost, congratulations.
Congratulations indeed. Kevin.
Yeah, I've got the minus 65 kilogram division. This is a really competitive division. Warren Kalin over here goes on a tear early and takes out Derek Flake, meeting the Lady Goat, Alex Ado, in the semis. Yeah,
nice work.
Yeah, fantastic work. Really a surprising, some might call it an upset against the Lady Goat. Egghead over here, working his way all the way into the semis against young upstart Dylan Tafoya from New Wave. Egghead not making it far past that. Very impressive performance of Dylan Tafoya, who then eventually goes on to be beaten by Warren Kalin, who wins the minus 65 kilo division. Congratulations, Warren Kalin.
Egghead is now omelet head.
There was a lot of people who thought Egg was going to show out. I thought he had a chance, but
I thought so too. That was my pick. Egg was my number one pick for that division.
Unfortunate there. But guys,
All white, no yolk.
Elliot Aguayo, he was here, didn't get it. Nick Navarro didn't get it. Mike Kelly didn't get it. Jen Chen didn't get it. But you know who did? Caroline Wall. Caroline Wall, congratulations on winning the 55 kg and under at ADCC. And that is from Future Kimonos presents you a very nice prize package. So congratulations to you. How many more do we have here, gentlemen? Was that it?
I think that's it.
That is it.
That is
great.
it.
We're done. Thank you guys for that. But I will say this. If we had the time and the production staff, we would have done the absolutes, but those will go up tomorrow. So if you know your Pokemon, you should probably know if you won or not. So more to come tomorrow, but we will announce prize packages from both Gold BJJ, beloved sponsor of us, as well as our good friends over at Future Kimonos. Gents, I think it's about time to start wrapping things up blissfully. And don't get me wrong, we still got to clean up here because that's going to take a minute. But, gentlemen, I'd like to ask you each some closing thoughts for the entire weekend. I'm going to go ahead. Well, you know what? I actually have a segment idea before we do this. We have somebody here who always goes into the chat. So I have a little segment idea, and I'd like, I'm actually going to move out of the way, and I'll let him kind of have the little chair here. But the segment is as follows. Egghead is good at dropping in knowledge and telling us how to fix things, but this weekend had a lot of stuff to fix. I'm just curious if Egghead can fix everything wrong from this weekend in ADCC and CJI in 1 minute's time. So I'm going to set a timer, and we're going to see how much he can fix about what he saw. And he is gathering his suit jacket and getting his posture right. So, Egg, let's see if you can fix all the problems with CJI and ADCC in 1 minute. Please take the seat, sir.
As soon as your butt hits the chair, time
Yep,
has
let me know when you're
begun.
ready.
As soon as he gets up to the microphone, I will let you know when time begins. And your time begins now.
Follow the PGF rule set. Done. All right. You want to have incentives. The rules make the fight. That's what Stephen Aiken, CGI and PGF, announcer extraordinaire says all the time. Incentives make the difference. And the PGF, you have to get a submission or you get no points. We had a lot of fun. The CGI, 3 5-minute rounds. That was interesting, but we had some stalling. ADCC, we that's an extra C, but we
There's
have
no stalling in the PGF.
Stalling. You get points and then boom, hey, congrats, you got 2 points after 5 minutes and you stall. Follow the PGF rule set. I don't have a microphone to drop, but there you go.
And that's your time. Well done, Egghead. Thank you so much. Same language, just different context. Egghead kind of speaks like a gang member because he literally jumps on the microphone to be like, PGF all day, motherfuckers. Like, he is blood Crips. Literally is like, how do you solve it? PGF, motherfuckers. On the PGF Insider. I mean, clearly the PGF is the fix to all of this. So it does make me laugh because I was like, well, let's see what he has to say. And he was like, PGF. And I go, well, I should have seen that coming. Yeah. But at the same point, I mean, it does have an interesting rule set. And for this show in particular, very likely the next destination you see for all this little fancy thing that we do here, the borders, and the next big event, one might say, that I think we reassemble the news team for. So more on that later. But gentlemen, I'd like to go to both of you for some closing thoughts. I'll start with you, Kevin. Feel free. You can, at the end of it, plug what you need to plug, but encapsulate what it is that you felt from the weekend and any observations or notes that you have.
every now and then, if you're blessed in your life, you have these moments where you realize you're living in historic times for you, right? For the things you love, for the things you care about. You're living in a moment that you're going to look back on and go, man, it was crazy. I was a part of that. I had that for PGF Season 6. I've had that for other things in my life, non-jiu-jitsu related, and therefore you don't get any access to. This weekend felt like that. It was so surreal to walk around and go, man, is everybody realizing how different things are going to be going forward? I put a post on my in my story yesterday, right before the $1 million was won, where I said, where were you when jiu-jitsu changed forever? That's what this felt like. On a personal note, it was crazy to be a part of the broadcasting team while this was going on. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. It's been an honor. And it has been crazy. Y'all have, maybe you have an inkling of what goes into this. Every season I've been on the PGF, every show I've been on, every promotion, when I talk to the production crew, it's always, I have an abstract idea of what they're going through. The work, the complications, the last minute changes, the crazy fixes that you just got to roll with, the things that go wrong. But, like all things, you can get it conceptually, but until you're a part of it, you don't really appreciate it, right? People know weight cutting is hard, but until you've really cut real weight, you don't get it. I used to joke with these guys on the PGF. They'd say, oh, man, you've had a long week. And I'm like, bro, I work 18 minutes a day. You guys have had a long week. I've had a long weekend. It's been an absolute blast, guys.
Thank you so much for that. Excellent work this week. You are an invaluable aspect. And what's really great is when you see broadcasters come into their own, it was great to be able to see and give you an avenue to be someone who could show that side of yourself as a commentator, but a broadcaster and analyst. So it's always my dream when we do these things to get these guys to be the next Chuck, the next Shaq, the next guys who take their talents and show off other skills. And I think this weekend you very much did that. So thank you very much for that, Jake Watson. Excellent work. Oh, sorry, Kevin.
Kevin Sherrill.
Kevin Sherrill.
Well, you guys are.
You know what I mean? So hold on.
He's been trying to avoid having another Kevin on this show.
I just want to point this out. The fact that you had such a good slam for Jake Watson, I was like, you know what? I gotta kind of even this one out.
Yeah.
This one's
pretty big one. I called him Kevin Buring.
Yeah.
That is fair. But hold on.
A rough one.
The only thing I want to leave before I go to Tim on this one is I need you to address the hair situation because you went to go compete and your barber was watching this. When I put the camera on him, please make sure to address that because I will not be responsible for any hate that you get as a result of that.
She can't fix this. We talked about this on the podcast. My hair is running away.
Stylist is sending you messages going, that hat doesn't look good.
I got to start practicing my beard. Yours is sharp. I got to get my game up.
You gotta spend some time on it.
All right. Well, let's go on over to the co-pilot of this, one Tim Freeman.
Huge weekend in jiu-jitsu. We knew this was coming. The big questions were, is CJI going to actually be able to deliver? And how is ADCC going to respond? Are they sitting on something? Big questions, and we got them answered. I was really excited to come down here and kind of tie up those loose ends. Like Kevin said, historical weekend for jiu-jitsu. If you're just coming into the jiu-jitsu thing and you've just been doing it for a couple years, you should consider yourself super duper fortunate because you came in at a great time when there's so much material, so much content, so much everything about it is blowing up and you're just jumping in. This is not the peak. This is not even close to the peak. This is just this is people on land looking out going, oh, something's in the water. Look at that. Something's going on. The thing is about guys like ourselves is we've been out here for a long time, standing in a dry creek bed, hoping that some water would come, kind of tasting our finger and touching the ground and holding it up and putting our ear down. We think it's coming. Well, it's here. I'm super grateful to be a part of it. I agree with Kevin. It's a lot of hard work to pull this off. And, you know, I'm doing it with a great group of people. I really enjoy working with you guys. PGF was a blast. It was the first time we kind of did this show on a higher level and an intense level. And, you know, one of the things I knew when we walked away from that and speaking with RAF was like, man, we got to keep doing this. We don't want to let this go. Just personally, RAF and I have known each other for a long time. We've done independent projects. We've been all over the place. I've always had a lot of respect for what he's doing, especially for his consistency to stay on it in a high level. It's not easy. There's not a lot of praise. There's mostly criticism. And it felt really good to come back here and do this again. We're doing it every week. We have not stopped since PGF. We've been banging these shows out every week. There's no stop in sight. Stay tuned. If you like this, you enjoy it, you want to help it, we want you to like and subscribe. Yeah, that's great. But what we want you to do is put the word out that you like it. Tell people you like it. Tag the promoters. Put that stuff out there. That's what they're going to listen to. If you ask for it, they're going to deliver it. We're here doing it. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Raph. Thank you, Egg. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin did a great job. And before I just you can find me on Inside BJJ all the time. Just look it all up. But I want to present Kevin with his first show stripe.
Yeah, thank
Congratulations. You earned this. I just wrote Kev because I don't want to call you Kevin, dude.
It's got to go on the
It's
tie,
got to go
right?
on the tie, dude. Let me see if I can.
Hold on. Don't do that. No, gentlemen. This is how you know you're both novices at this. Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
I got something over here. Do you mind seeing if there is a... got it. Here you go.
Oh, here we go.
Microphone stand.
Whatever you do. Everything else gets washed.
Please,
come on,
please
wash
show
the
off
stand.
this
I'll
to the
come
camera.
I'll be on stream drooling if I watch this. I'll just,
No, seriously, guys. I had a great time. I feel super fortunate. I've been at all these big events when they've happened on accident, to be honest. It's never like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I just show up like Forrest Gump and take part, and it's a pretty awesome thing. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. And
you.
Tim, you know, I mentioned this earlier, but there was no way this was going to happen without Tim. It's very likely I would have done some sort of variation of this just solo. And I can tell you how hard it is to do it solo. It's hard enough to do it with a crew and moving parts as you're spinning plates on your head and then looking at a camera. But it is much easier when you have other collaborators who bring ideas to the table and say, what if we did this? And I say, let's do it. And for me, the very first phone call when it fell through, where we were not going to be on the main broadcast, was Tim. And I said, I got a crazy idea. You in or you out? And Tim said, I'm in. Let's fucking do it. And, you know, here we are about a month and change later. And I think it worked very well.
Hell yeah.
I think that we did some very good stuff. And hopefully in the future, we get to do some even crazier stuff. So thank you both. I'll go ahead and start getting to just a few remarks. Obviously, we want to say thank you to all the athletes for some excellent jiu-jitsu. It was an incredible weekend. I cannot say enough how pleased I am with the future of jiu-jitsu. And I do feel hopeful. I think it is insane that we are at a time when we just got 3 million views from just one organization. If you really pull that apart and the revenue that we probably drew, I mean, even Craig's saying that they sold out of merch, it means there's an appetite for this. So if there's an appetite for it, then there's always going to be more and more opportunities. So it's our hope that that same thought, if you guys like the show, you watched a little bit of it, you didn't get yelled at by me in the comment section, please tell people that you do enjoy this. There are more things that we want to do, and we would love to do it on a bigger scale. And I have the news for you. We can do it on a larger scale. So this is all put together through a minuscule budget, but with a shoestring budget, it don't look that bad. So just imagine what we could do with some other people and some supporting staff seeing out these ideas and concepts. You know, I mentioned calling Tim as the beginning of this, but really it doesn't happen without our sponsors. So that means Gold BJJ, Salt Electrolytes, Future Kimonos, Inverted Gear, BJJ Mental Models, Our Life CBD, and even tonight, just surprisingly, well, earlier during the day, Gelato Pure Water. This one felt great in the sense that they just came through at the very end and saw that we were grinding and just said, here's some water. We see what you do. So every one of those people that was mentioned as a sponsor went out of their way to support us in an unproven concept where most people, when they do a watch party, just gather around and just tell you what they think. We like to think we gave you a show. And that show is primarily brought to you by the many correspondents, the many friends who all came together and pulled their ideas, their time. And in some ways, it was a little risky because it meant they might get banned from certain events because it seemed like it was against the rules, when in actuality, they just have really terrible media credentialing processes. But they still gave us some great coverage so that you could see it from different angles and hopefully get a sense of what this weekend's like. Because in the future, I'm sure we'll look at it, and I'd like to think we'll look back fondly, even though it was a very dramatic time. So that's what I would like to say. To 10th Planet Las Vegas, thank you so much for appeasing this request that is insane to commandeer your gym, even as people were visiting your gym and classes were had. You have no idea what it means to have that support. And primarily, Casey Alstead for indulging this ridiculous request without batting an eye and saying, let me know what else I can do for you. If you know Casey, you know that he is that kind of generosity in his heart and has always made sure to take care of his guys. And for this weekend, he treated us like those guys. So it really does feel nice to be included in a family that is extended, but that perhaps we do not deserve, but we appreciate. Additionally, the correspondents, thank you for both the folks who were at their homes, who took time out of their schedules, ran away from their families, ingested jiu-jitsu, and yes, even in some cases sent us technique videos to do that. So we appreciate that. And of course, to our families, oh my goodness, I cannot tell you the insane conversations I have had. Our friends, of course, our training partners, everybody who let us go do this, but primarily our families who I'm sure have gotten tired of hearing about ADCC Week and Craig Jones Invitational Week. So thank you for allowing us to be here and picking up the slack when most people say, you're going to go have fun with your friends. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go try and not murder my friends while we produce 28 hours of television. So we appreciate that. I do want to leave on a hopeful note, which is I feel like every time we do this, we get better. But I think as we expand, I put a challenge out there, not just to fans to be a little bit better, but to the events to find a better way to do what they do. What I mean by that is, if you have people who want to cover the sport, find a way to integrate them. Because as the sport gets bigger, you can make that practice worse, but the coverage will get even more disgustingly terrible. Include us, include other content creators, include us in ways that are active, and watch that creativity make your product be better. Kevin had a great observation this weekend when he said the NBA encourages fans, believe that, encourages fans to actually use their creativity to promote their brand. If we ever want to be as big as the NBA, and it's a lofty dream, you got to learn how to do that. So good luck to you guys. And hopefully in the future, we will be addressing you the next time we do this for ADCC or Craig Jones Invitational as part of those pre and post shows, because as lofty as those goals may seem, we do have friends who have made it to that big dance, and they are helping to contribute in positive ways. So I think you guys know those friends have worked with us and seen very good things happen with them too. So that's what I have to say. But I am entirely full of gratitude. And to our gentlemen here, I know it's a little bit of a faux pas to do a toast with water, but this is a sponsor water, so I think it kind of goes under like not quite Jesus rules, but like, you know what I mean? Like holy water or whatever it is. It's sponsored money. So we thank you very much. Cheers to you, gentlemen, for a great week.
Cheers.
I appreciate you guys. I will say this. I will do it again with you guys anytime you like. I appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much for your time, your efforts, and for adhering to they make it look easy. They did the hard work. Thank you guys again. Reporting live signing out. Oh shit, it fucking froze on me. How the fuck are you gonna froze? I'm literally frozen, you son of a bitch. Let me have one fucking moment to fucking sign off.
God, what a cherry on
God
top.
damn it. Literally the last sentence out of my mouth is, it's been a great day. You know what it is, you fucking camera. Anyway, hold on, take two. I just want to end on a hopeful note and say thank you so much for watching, you guys. Hey, again, watch the credits. Say thank you to those people when you see them. And if you enjoyed this, you owe a great deal of gratitude to those people. I sure as hell know I do. Reporting live from Las Vegas at 10th Planet. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats. Welcome back to another installment of the Bullpen. Kev, we got a huge board. Why don't we get straight to it right now? Go ahead and lead us off.
Yeah, thanks, Raf. Today we're talking about the clean aesthetic of gold BJJ. Their phenomenal streetwear they've got. It's not just training gear, guys. You can get streetwear. Raf, are these all gold BJJ? All of these cards are gold BJJ?
Yep, just read the script like we talked about.
Yeah, you're right. They've got a variety of styles. They have a bag. It's phenomenal competition gear. You can bring it with you. You can throw it in the wash. Raf, these are really cool. Are any of these for me? Like that bag?
No. They didn't have any stuff for you. They ran out of your
Well, they're
sizes.
really affordable if you need to go out there and get them. You can just get the stuff, goldbjj.com.
These shorts are awesome. I'm going to get this. Wait. Oh, this
Do they have a second?
All focus. It takes a lot from you, but the reward is unmatched. Mastery of oneself. An acute understanding of your weaknesses with an explosive sense of your strengths. Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in Salt Electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
Elevate your BJJ game with inverted gear, where pandas and performance meet. Whether you train in a gi or prefer no gi, we have something for you. Our gear is built to last and designed to perform no flashy extras, just high-quality craftsmanship and minimal design. Plus, pandas. Don't miss our back-to-school sale going on now. Visit www.invertijar.com and roll with confidence panda style.